All right, everybody's been training with me for a while. I just want to start doing some quick reminder segments for these videos. So what I want to go through real quick with you guys is triceps. Always get a lot of questions on triceps. So tricep, 3 parts. You have your long head, your lateral head, and your medial head. I'm going to show you how to work all 3 of those real quick. We're just going to use cables and different attachments, different grip positions. So the long head, which is the mass of the tricep, anything you do with pressure through your palms, so think like an overhead shoulder press, a bench press at any angle, doing dips, anything like that, is going to stress the long head. The lateral head, a simple trick is just anything through the heel of the hand. So I always teach you guys just like that karate chop intention. Just think like all the pressure has to exit this part of your hand. Don't turn it over into the palm. That's going to hit your lateral head. So think of like, doing a dumbbell lift over your head, or doing the rope press down. Medial head, anything you do for your long head when pressure through the palm, all I need you to do is just switch your grip, and that's going to work in your medial. So let's go ahead and start with long head, and I'll show you a few things. Just get a straight bar. So we have a straight bar, and more gyms will have this. And then let's just use a regular V bar. I'm going to explain why you use these two differences. So straight bar on. Go pressure through the palms. I want you to grab right here on the bar. Stand up close to the cable. I don't want you to be far back. Standing closer is going to give you a bigger range of motion. So pressure through the palm. First thing I want you to do is push this down. Get your shoulders to tuck back. So I want the shoulders to come back, and then I even want to kind of compress them down towards the hips. That stays locked. It's permanently like that. Never change it. Now, take the weight back up. Shoulders are back and down. Weight comes all the way back up. Close the elbow. That's all you have to do in your head is simplify it. It's just think you're opening and closing the elbow. The hands really don't have anything to do with it. The grip will take care of itself. So just open and close the elbow. So bring it up. At the top of the stretch, I want you to squeeze your bicep, and that's called an antagonistic stretch. So by squeezing and activating my bicep, I'm going to elongate the tricep further, so I'm going to stretch it harder, which is good. I'll get more muscle fiber involved. I'll get better shape on it. So from here, just open the elbow, flex. Let's take it back up with tempo. 1, 2, stretch, squeeze. 1, 2, stretch, squeeze. Just like that. Okay, get your 10 to 15 reps. If you're at certain points in your workout program where you want to do a drop set, 4 reps, go ahead and do that as well. 1 set to failure, we're done with this. Now we go to the V bar. Things to think about with why you're doing this. So we just did the long head movement where the elbows were tight to the body. Now with the V bar, it's going to take my elbows away from the body and just move them in like a 3/4 position. So think of the extremes. You have here and you have here. Let's go right in between. Take this, same thing. Elbows are in between. Let's let it come all the way back up. Biceps activate. Push down. Shouldn't say really push down. Just open your elbow. Open your elbow, pressure through the palm. The intention as I'm doing this is I'm kind of rolling my fingers over, so I'm trying to get more of that pressure through this part of my palm. So as I come down through the bar and I'm pushing this, it will come down and my hand pressure is dominating this way, and that's going to give me a harder activation on the long head. So I'll do a few reps of this so you can see it. Shoulders back and down, elbows closed, biceps activated. Open. Okay, there's that. Now we'll go into another elbow position for the long head. We need a rope. So we've had close position, 3/4. So what do you think this one's going to be? It's going to be out wide. So we'll take this, kind of let our elbows out to the side, come up. Come down and just think you're tearing the rope apart, but more or less you're trying to get the pressure through this part of your hand again. So that's why I'm taking it and rolling it over to get the pressure correct on the long head. So here, shoulders are back. Open, slowly close it. Bicep activation, right back down, open. All right, so remember that. Pressure through the palm, elbow positions close, 3/4 and wide. So that would be a good hit for the long head. Worth mentioning with this too on your guys' workouts, and I always talk about this, change the point of the resistance. It doesn't have to always just be high, because I can easily do all 3 of those things I just showed you lower this down, and I'm going to create a new angle. Now I'm going to go overhead. So I'm doing basically the same thing that I was doing standing, so my elbows are wide, but now I'm just doing it from a different point of resistance. It's always worth trying stuff like this because you may get a better connection on a certain angle. Again, another option. Put it all the way down to the ground. Go overhead, put a bench to sit on if you need to. I just do them standing. So if we're going to do this version, let's take our elbows and push them all the way up to the ceiling, as high as they can go. Shoulders are back, elbows are wide. Bring it up, tear the rope apart. And there's another angle. And all of those attachments would work for this. Let's go to the lateral head now. So lateral, I would prefer have it, use a longer rope versus this. So the red and black want to be the way to go. It's just going to give you a better range of motion on the muscle. So long head is easy to hit. You have no problem with that. It's lateral where everybody gets tricked, where it's hard. You really got to use your mind here and just use the right intention. Make sure the pressure is leaving the right part of your hand. So what I try to do to train somebody, and even how I taught myself this, and to get connection, get your grip. Now squeeze only with your ring and your pinky fingers. So like you're going to do that karate chop motion. I don't want to roll this over and have the pressure in the palm. So I'm going to get close to it, take the shoulders back and down. I just need to open my elbow. That's it. I keep my elbows as close to the floor as I can. I don't want those raising or anything. So shoulders back and down, keep the elbow in its position. Just open and pronate. This is where you really got to understand intention when you're working triceps. So if I'm trying to hit just this muscle here, what do I have to do? I need to bring it down. So I'm opening my elbow and I'm pronating. So remember, pronating is this, supinating is this. So anytime you're doing an exercise, this goes for any muscle. If you understand the intention of how to get the tightest squeeze, apply that the opposite intention to get the best stretch. So if I know that I can pronate, and that gives me a tighter squeeze on that muscle, then what should I do on the stretching? I should supinate. So I actually take the longer rope and I make it look like this. Come back up to the top, and it's like almost like I'm doing a dumbbell curl. So I turn my hand this way. I start here and actually open it like that, and then just rotate out. Back up, supinating, elbows get tight to the body. Open the elbow, pronate, elbows get wide from the body. And if I do that right, I can feel all lateral head on the motion. And then I would tell you do that, and we'll just go through the same positions. So you can go to the overhead, same exact thing. One thing worth noting on lateral head, I should have just told you this here, is your elbow position. Always feel like, especially at the top on the stretching, that's why we're supinating. Feel like you have a pinch. You want your elbows to really pinch tight to your body. So you'll see it clear on this one. Watch my elbows on the stretch and watch my elbows on the actual squeeze. So I'll step out. I'm going to push my elbows as far forward as they can go. I don't want to stay back and jammed like this. This just locks my shoulders in place. Now, the weight's coming back. Pinky and ring finger have the pressure. I don't want my elbows wide. I want to actually try to pinch my head with the elbow. Let it stretch back as far as I can. Activate the bicep. And I'm going to keep it narrow. Start to open. And then widen out like this, pronate. Here's the supination. Open and pronate. You see the elbows get wider away from my head there. The overhead version, no different. Bring this up. Push your elbows as high as they go to the ceiling. And then pinch in towards your head. Just from doing this, you should feel the lateral head start to activate and have tension under it. So here, elbows up, pinched in. Let's open. Kind of pronate. Tear the rope apart, pinky and ring finger. Okay, that's done. We'll go through those three positions just like you did on long head. Now we can go to medial. All you have to do with medial, just go from your long head position with pressure through the palms, flip it, let's do a reverse grip. So we're going to use this bar here, this cambered bar, and I'm going to grip on the outside of it like this. Not palms down, palms up. set. Shoulders are back just like every other tri movement. So the intention is I want your hands, pressure of your hands like they're coming together. And I also want your elbows to be constantly pinching into your body. So have that pressure already from the start. Shoulders back and down, elbow pinch, hand pressure, and let's just open the elbow. And at the bottom of this rep, I kind of want to like flip your wrist. Once you achieve that, hold that, don't let that go. So hold the wrist like that, close the elbow up, open. And I'm adding a ton of intention, especially on the negative. So when the weight's coming back up, I'm making certain that I'm driving my elbows into my body and also my hand pressure is coming together. This. You're going to feel that more on the bottom. It feels kind of like a long head movement. It's right at the bottom, that's where your medial head is. And you can do that again with all of these angles and all of these positions. You just got to get the grip right, come out, add the intention, so pinch in. There's that. Drop it down. Same positioning. This is probably better if you had a spotter. You know, there's a lot more movements and different options that we can do other than that. I just wanted to put this together for you guys for just a quick reminder on grip with intention and how to position.